actually start by letting folks know that, that this national membership conversation, which we've been having for the past several months, and which kind of most recently culminated in a call a couple of weeks ago with the chapter. How many folks were on that chapter conference call a couple of weeks ago? Was anybody sweating the way I was sweating on that call? It was actually, I was telling someone, it was actually a really kind of cathartic call, where basically we presented, and hopefully all of you have gotten a chance to see the membership proposal that we put out. I'll try to do a little bit of a summary, but basically what we heard on that call was the proposal that we put out, which essentially said that we are at the national level, we planned to start a national membership model that would run parallel to the chapter structure. And that came from basically the experience of hearing from folks that a lot of folks had already set up a membership program and were hesitant about having to switch over to something else without knowing what that something else was. And so it really came from a place of, one, us knowing that this was something that, that membership is something that was important for us to establish, and then also knowing that, or believing that perhaps the best thing would be to set something up, to roll out a model that we could test out and then invite chapters to become a part of as it sort of got legs. We got some feedback from the network about that, and as I said, it was really good cathartic feedback. And we're very fortunate to be at a place as an organization where, you know, we can put something out there, have people say, that doesn't look right, and we can go back to the drawing board with you. And so that's what we're hoping to do. The goal is still membership. The goal is still getting really clear as a network about membership. I would love to stand on, not this stage because we're not going to be in Phoenix. I would love to stand on the stage that we're going to stand on next year and be able to say, you guys, you remember last year when we were talking about how fuzzy this was? We did it. We figured it out. This is where we are right now, and it's so much clearer. Okay, so we can set that as a collective goal. But what we know is that what we have now is not the thing. So that's where we are. These are some of the, so I'm going to get to really quick some of the questions that came up, but I want to let folks know some of the spaces that you'll have to weigh in around membership. So, so this afternoon, during the third slot, I believe it is it the 2 o'clock slot? Session 3. During session 3, Kristen and I will be facilitating a conversation where we're going to talk a little bit about membership, but then also hear from all of you about basically ideas for what the process should be to getting to that place on this stage next year, right? So we really want your feedback. We want to use the fact that we're all face to face with each other to figure out what the plan is around that. I think it's going to be really fun and exciting to figure that out with all of you. I obviously have some ideas for what that should look like, but really want to use this as an opportunity to hear from you. So please, and then beyond today, I'm going to be doing another round of virtual road trip calls. I'm going to be in community with some of you in person, and then you know, we'll also be doing some of this work through the chapter congress. So there's going to be lots of space for continued feedback, but today, you know, there's that first opportunity this afternoon during session 3. So we're actually, we're at time, so I basically pulled up the summary of these questions that came up from chapters. This is all just a reiteration of the email that I sent to you guys a couple of weeks ago, where I was basically like, this is what happened. So these are some of the questions that came up. You can find them in that email from chapters. We'll pull them up again this afternoon. These are some of my takeaways, which I've reiterated here. You know, again, we'll bring them up again this afternoon. But the biggest thing is that this is the most important work that we can be doing right now. Just figuring this out, figuring out clear membership needs for the thing that allows all of us as a network to propel to the next level of our potential is something that I think is going to be really challenging work, really hard work. I was talking to somebody the other day that was like, wow, you're trying to organize your whole network around this? Like, it's so hard. And it's going to be complicated, but it's not like the Millennium Development Goals. We're like, like not trying to end poverty, have poverty. Like hopefully some of the people that we bring into the network will help to do that, but you know, relatively, like we can do this, all right? And so I'm excited about the work. I feel challenged by it. I hope all of you do too. But what I want you to leave with hopefully is the fact that you know, we're trying to build capacity at the national level to be able to do this really well. And part of that is making sure that all of you come with us. So